When it comes to fitness today, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer amount of information available. The fitness industry often pushes us towards specialization, whether it's training for strength, hypertrophy, endurance, or something else entirely. There's a new trend or focus every few months, and while some of that is useful, it can also make us lose sight of the bigger picture. For most people, the goal isn't to be the best at any one thing. It's to be strong, capable, and resilient in everyday life. Whether that means picking up heavy boxes without straining your back, keeping up with your kids, or just being able to move with ease and without pain, the ideal approach to fitness should be simple, balanced, and sustainable. When you have a good foundation in all the basic aspects of fitness, you'll be prepared for almost anything life throws your way. Strength, the cornerstone of fitness. Strength is the most important quality to develop when it comes to general health and fitness. And when I say strength, I don't mean just lifting heavy weights or getting bigger muscles. True strength is the ability to move well and perform basic movements like squatting, bending, reaching, and lifting safely and efficiently. Think about how many everyday activities require strength. Picking something up off the floor, carrying groceries, or even just standing up from a seated position. When you're stronger, tasks like these become easier and less taxing on your body. In fact, strength often acts as the foundation for everything else. It improves your posture, reduces fatigue, and most importantly, it helps prevent injuries. The beauty of strength training is that it doesn't have to be about constantly pushing for max effort or trying to lift the heaviest weight every time you train. For most people, building a base level of strength in key exercises will provide more than enough benefit. The key is consistency and proper technique, not perfection or extremes. You don't have to be a powerlifter to be strong. You just need to develop enough strength to be resilient in everyday life. Mobility, unlocking your body's potential. While strength is essential, mobility is just as crucial. A lot of people focus so much on building muscle and strength that they forget about the importance of moving well. The ability to move through a full range of motion in your joints is what makes strength effective. If you're tight or stiff in certain areas, you'll never be able to access your full strength potential or perform certain movements correctly. Mobility helps you move more fluidly and efficiently. It's about improving the health of your joints and muscles so you can move comfortably without pain or restriction. Think about the last time you tried to squat or reach for something overhead. If your hips or shoulders felt tight, you were limited in your movement. On the other hand, if you have good mobility, you can move through a full range of motion, which will improve your performance in strength exercises, decrease your risk of injury, and make you feel better overall. Improving mobility doesn't require hours of stretching or doing complicated exercises. Often, it's as simple as spending a few minutes daily working on areas that tend to get stiff, hips, ankles, and thoracic spine, for example. Using exercises like deep squats, lunges, and shoulder rotations, combined with basic stretches, will help improve your range of motion and keep your body feeling flexible. Endurance, building stamina for everyday life. Now, let's talk about endurance. For most people, when they think of endurance, they imagine running marathons or cycling for hours. But endurance, in this context, doesn't necessarily mean long-distance training. It's more about building the stamina to handle daily tasks without feeling exhausted. Whether you're walking around the block, playing with your kids, or carrying groceries up the stairs, endurance is the capacity to keep going without getting winded or fatigued. Building endurance is simple. Move regularly. The more you move throughout the day, the more stamina you'll develop. Regular activities like walking, cycling, swimming, or even just light jogging can go a long way in improving your cardiovascular health and overall endurance. But the key here is consistency. You don't need to push yourself to extreme levels. The goal is to gradually build your stamina over time. A little goes a long way. Adding a few short walks a week or doing some low-intensity steady-state cardio like swimming or biking will help you build a solid base of endurance. It's about finding activities that you enjoy and that fit into your life so you can keep doing them long-term. The power of simplicity. Stick to the basics. One of the most important aspects of fitness for long-term health is keeping things simple. Too many people get caught up in the complexity of training routines, thinking they need to try every new workout or exercise out there to see progress. But the truth is, you don't need a huge variety of exercises to build a well-rounded foundation. A few key movements practiced consistently are all you need. Focusing on compound exercises that hit multiple muscle groups at once will provide you with the most benefit. Squats, deadlifts, push-ups, and overhead presses are great examples. These exercises target your entire body and build strength, stability, and mobility in a way that smaller isolation exercises simply can't match. And once you've mastered the basics, you don't need to change things up constantly. Stick to the fundamentals, and you'll keep seeing progress. The beauty of a minimalist approach to fitness is that it's easier to stay consistent with. You don't need to spend hours at the gym, and you don't need to get bogged down in complicated routines. You just need a few simple exercises that work, and you'll get stronger, move better, and feel better. Longevity, fitness for life. The goal of fitness for longevity isn't to chase a six-pack or run marathons. It's about developing a body that can handle the physical demands of life for years to come. It's about building strength and resilience so you can stay active, independent, and healthy into your later years. This requires a focus on consistency, simplicity, and balance. As you build strength, improve your mobility, and develop endurance, you're not just improving your fitness today, you're preparing your body for the future. By staying active, keeping up with basic training, and focusing on maintaining your health, you'll be able to do the things you love for decades to come. It's not about perfection or extremes. It's about enjoying movement, feeling strong, and taking care of your body for the long haul.